BTN Plus presents Rutgers University Women's Basketball. Tonight from the Rutgers Athletic Center in Piscataway, it's a Big Ten Conference matchup as the Iowa Hawkeyes take on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Hello again, everyone. Lou Brogna with you on the call alongside Jared Smith. We welcome you to the rack. Big game tonight. Iowa comes in 21-6, 9-5 in the Big Ten. Rutgers 19-9, 7-7 in the Big Ten. And Jared, Rutgers looking for that magical number 20 in the win column here tonight.
Yeah, it certainly is. It feels like March outside. This is a March type of game. Two teams that expect to be in the NCAA tournament. We're going to see just how good Rutgers is tonight.
So Iowa in their road black, trimmed with gold numerals and letters. Rutgers, their home white on senior night here at the rack. Hawkeyes take the initial shot of the game. It goes off the back rim, taken by Alexis Civilian. And Iowa will set up. As we said, Iowa 21-6. That ball knocked out of bounds off of Rutgers. It'll be Iowa basketball. Hawkeyes, 5 straight wins. They won 6 of their last 7. Here's the head coach of the Scarlet Knights, Hall of Fame head coach, C. Vivian Stringer, in her 23rd season, her 47th overall, 4 wins shy of 1,000 in her brilliant coaching career.
Yeah, she won't get it during the regular season. If things go Rutgers' way, maybe she gets it in the Big Ten tournament. But how fitting would it be, how nice would it be if she got it in the NCAA tournament? Still a lot of work to be done before we get to that point, though.
Gia Green outside, flips it over to Jazz Rollins. Tyler Scaife pulls up for the jumper and hits. Tyler Scaife, one of the seniors honored prior to the game here tonight, averaging 19.4 points per game. 3rd all-time leading scorer in Rutgers women's basketball history. 2,156 points. Beautiful backdoor play for Iowa. Megan Gustafson lays it in, and she's an outstanding player as well, Jared, averaging just under 25 points per game.
Yeah, we're going to be hearing a lot of that name tonight. You're going to be hearing a lot of Alexis Civilian and Mackenzie Meyer, 3 players on this Iowa team that can all fill it up. In fact, they've got 3 starters who average over at least 10 points per game. This is an Iowa team that can certainly score with the best of them.
Gia Green launches the 3 off the mark, and the rebound pulled down by Chase Coley, who averages almost 6 rebounds per contest for the Hawkeyes. Outside is Kathleen Doyle, and she angles and flips top of the key to Mackenzie Meyer. Good ball movement here by the Hawkeyes. Dribbling in is Civilian, and it's a call against Iowa. There's Lisa Bluter in her 18th season as the head coach of the Hawkeyes. She's done an outstanding job with this program. 364 wins for the Hawkeyes. 720 in her career, her 34th season overall.
Yeah, we got 2 coaches combined on the bench with almost 2,000 combined wins. It's pretty impressive stuff. Coach Stringer almost 1,000 and Coach Bluter over 700. A lot of victories on the sidelines tonight.
And of course, an interesting note that Lisa Bluter is the all-time winningest coach at Iowa. C. Vivian Stringer is the 2nd all-time winningest coach at Iowa. Of course, she coached for the Hawkeyes prior to coming to Rutgers.
So you're telling me there's a little connection tonight between these 2 teams, Lou?
Beautiful 3-point shot by Alexis Civilian, who's a 37% 3-point shooter. And Iowa has a 3-point lead. Hawkeyes up 5-2.
Yeah, we mentioned the seniors on senior day, all 4 of them in the starting lineup right now. There's one of them, Jazz Rollins, dribbling. Kathleen Fitzpatrick getting a touch here. And Gia Green just boom, 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 right there. All 3 seniors in the lineup here for the Scarlet Knights, in addition to Tyler. So that's a nice touch for head coach C. Vivian Stringer to get them all an early look here in this on senior night.
Jazz Rollins dribbles in, and that'll be a shot clock violation. Terrific defense by Iowa. Hawkeyes coming off a win in their last contest against Wisconsin. They won it 88-61. I mentioned they're 9-5 in the Big Ten. And that's good for 5th place right now in the conference.
Yeah, this is a measuring stick tonight for Rutgers, Lou. I mean, this is a team that, the type of quality, caliber team that you're going to face in the Big Ten tournament and the NCAA tournament. If you want to advance, these are the teams you're going to have to beat.
Bounce pass inside, and a foul on Rutgers in the paint. Called on Victoria Harris. That's her first team foul on the Scarlet Knights. 6:47 remaining in the first. And Iowa leading 5-2. Outside is Meyer, Mackenzie Meyer, the sophomore, averaging almost 11 points per game. This team has some outstanding offensive talent. Beautiful turnaround jumper by Chase Coley, the senior out of Minneapolis. And Iowa off to a good start. They're up by 5.
Yeah, this is a Hawkeyes team, Lou. They want to get up, they want to score, they want to get out shots from the outside as well. I mean, this is a team that wants to play well into the 80s. They've dropped some 100 burgers on a couple of teams this year, some 90s. So, you know, this is a team that loves to score and can do it with ease almost.
Kathleen Fitzpatrick had a good look from deep in the corner, but could not hit the 3. She comes off a good game, 9 points in her last effort against Wisconsin. A victory for the Scarlet Knights. Victoria Harris pulls down the rebound, and here comes Sanders up to Tyler Scaife, lays it up, and it dances off the rim.
Yeah, those are the types of buckets early in the game. You're hoping that she can knock down an easy layup inside, because you're going to need to find as many points as possible tonight for Rutgers.
And Megan Gustafson inside. She's almost unstoppable in there. 66% from the field this year.
Good time out here. You start to see the momentum early after that early bucket by Tyler Scaife. Rutgers kind of stagnant offensively.
And Iowa up 9-2. Timeout on the floor. 5 minutes, 32 seconds remaining first quarter. Hawkeyes lead it 9-2. Back at the rack, Rutgers off to a slow start. Scarlet Knights 1 of 5 from the field. Meanwhile, Iowa 4 for 6, and that's the difference in the game. Hawkeyes up by 7.
Yeah, and this is an Iowa team, like we said, they get into their set so quickly. Something to watch when the Hawkeyes get possession, how quickly the ball will go into the paint and then back out. They set up quickly and they score quickly.
Stacia Carey took an extra step in the paint, so traveling the call. Full court pressure here by the Scarlet Knights, and the Hawkeyes get it across. Kathleen Doyle, outstanding point guard for Iowa. Drifts to the right, flips it inside. This is Hannah Stewart who lays it up and in off the glass.
And you can just see the athleticism there. They tried to get the paint touch inside for Chase Coley, or excuse me, for Coley, and it just immediately rotated and gave that open lane in the red area, and Iowa taking full advantage.
Fitzpatrick flips it outside. Tyler Scaife angles. Scaife coming off a 25-point game against Wisconsin last time out. That pass inside by KK Sanders, and Rutgers reaching in. Fitzpatrick almost coming up with the steal. Meanwhile, Iowa up by 9. Chance to go up by double digits here early.
And there's the paint touch there right early in the possession.
Chase Coley squares up to the basket, can't connect. And Victoria Harris loses the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Iowa, so Rutgers will get the basketball. Sanders will toss it in.
And you can see Sanders on that right elbow. She's got a brace. She's missed the last 3 games. The last game we did on Super Bowl Sunday, she fell a little awkwardly on that elbow in the third quarter of that win against Michigan. And it's her shooting elbow, but all signs point to her being healthy and back in the lineup tonight.
Caitlin Jenkins checks into the lineup for the Scarlet Knights, replacing Victoria Harris. Fitzpatrick flips to Scaife. Sanders, Fitzpatrick, open for 3. Fires off the rim, no.
Good luck, just couldn't knock it down.
And Iowa comes back the other way. Less than 4 minutes now left in the first quarter. Rutgers has just 2 points in the opening quarter. Tyler Scaife picks the pocket and then takes off behind the back dribble. Takes it to the hoop, and it's an offensive foul.
Trying to do a little too much there. She got the steal, weaved her way into the front court, and that's where you got to find a teammate. Someone has to be open, or if you're not open, you got to get open, because there was space there in the middle. Just charge against Tyler.
Gia Green back in, and Kathleen Fitzpatrick out for the Scarlet Knights. Iowa quickly up court. Doyle looks for help, comes back outside. Amanda Olinger in the game now for the Hawkeyes. Has possession, flips it inside to Stewart. Stewart trying to back in, and Jenkins pokes it out of bounds.
You can see the game plan is to establish that post presence. Iowa feels they have an advantage offensively in the paint, and they've done a nice job exploiting it so far. Now Rutgers needs to adjust.
Doyle directing traffic. 4 on the shot clock. Doyle flips, finds an open teammate on the baseline. That shot off the mark by Stewart. And here comes Rutgers. Gia Green dribbles in, takes it in, and can't score. Rutgers has missed at least 3 open layups now here in this first quarter. The foul is on Iowa. Hannah Stewart, that's her first. And the Hawkeyes' first team foul.
On that last defensive possession, that was all Caitlin Jenkins. For the first time, you're seeing her presence kind of eradicate a little bit of that post presence for Iowa, and she really fronted the player she was guarding very well, and that prevented the ball getting into the paint, and Rutgers gets a side out there and gets possession.
Gia Green, an 83% free throw shooter, misses both.
A little sloppy for Rutgers on the offensive end so far, not 100% focused.
Inside, Stacia Carey, nice defensive play. Overplayed the Iowa player and came over the back to knock it away. Nice play by Carey. Here's KK Sanders again, calling the play. 15 on the shot clock. Rutgers down 11-2. Scaife flips it outside. Green to Carey. 3 on the shot clock. Dribbled off of Iowa. Rutgers gets a break, but only 1 second on the shot clock.
Yeah, you're just not seeing a lot of movement, especially movement without the basketball for Rutgers right now. It's kind of a little helter-skelter out there. I don't know if maybe a little early jitters, senior night, trying to get settled in, but this is not the Rutgers team offensively that we saw on Super Bowl Sunday. That was crisp, finding open shots and making them.
Shot clock violation as they got it into Tyler Scaife, but didn't have enough time, obviously, to corral it and take a shot. 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Rutgers has 2 points. Jump shot outside, well off the mark by Civilian. KK Sanders dribbles in, floats it up and in.
Guess that right elbow feels all right. Tough move there on the baseline.
7-point game, 11-4. Now we talk about Rutgers struggling offensively in his first quarter. Iowa hasn't exactly lit it up.
No.
And then they've only got 11 points.
For all their woes offensively, Rutgers down just 7. That's within striking distance.
Iowa averages almost 80 points per game. Rebound, pull down. This is Jazz Rollins, flips to Scaife. Scaife takes it in. It's blocked. Good play by Doyle on the baseline. Up ahead, flips it over to Meyer. Inside Gustafson, and she gets the roll. Megan Gustafson gets the bucket. It's a 13-4 game. Rollins launches a 3 off the mark. And Gustafson pulls down the rebound.
That was an open look there.
Megan Gustafson takes the shot, in and out. And a reach-in foul on Iowa.
And almost a merciful whistle there, as you could tell both teams a little gassed. We had several minutes of end-to-end action, but yeah, you're right, Lou. Iowa not putting the pedal down. This is a team in Rutgers that sometimes has trouble scoring, but their defense usually keeps them in games, and that seems to be the narrative thus far. 4 points, but only down 9.
Rollins way up top. 34 seconds left first quarter. Rollins in the corners. This is Sanders, and it's last touch by Rutgers.
Yeah, tough break there. It was deflected by Mackenzie Meyer and just off the fingertips of CeCe Cryer, who was kind of in between whether or not to go for that or let the deflection go out of bounds, and Rutgers on the wrong side of it.
This is a first quarter that will not be on the end of the season highlight reel for either team.
No.
13-4. Iowa up by 9, 10 seconds remaining. Hawkeyes looking to settle for the last shot. And here's a three from the corner, doesn't go. Rebound knocked around, carry the rebound, and the first quarter comes to an end. We played one here at the Rutgers Athletic Center in a low-scoring first period. The score, Iowa 13, Rutgers 4 here on BTN+. Back at the Rutgers Athletic Center, we get ready for quarter number 2. Hawkeyes leading Rutgers 13-4. And in that first quarter, Tyler Scaife with a nice sweet shot. 2 of Rutgers' 4 points. Gustafsson going backdoor. And a nice shot there by Chase Coley. Some of the offensive highlights of that first quarter, which had to be hard to find. Got to give the crew of the truck some credit.
Yeah, if you tuned in tonight looking for Rutgers offense, although there is some right there, it's been few and far between so far.
Well, Rutgers needed that. Nice sweet shot there by Jazz Rollins. And the Scarlet Knights creep to within 7. It's 13-6. Second quarter underway here at the rack on senior night. Last regular season home game for the Scarlet Knights.
I have a feeling the offense is going to pick up soon. I think that timeout first quarter, everyone's settled now.
Oh, beautiful backdoor, but CeCe Cryer unable to finish.
Sometimes on senior night, it has a funny way of being a little frantic early. You know, the emotions, your parents are there, your friends and family are all at the game, and then all of a sudden, second, third quarter, it just kind of settles down. So hopefully that happens for Rutgers.
Coley faces the basket off the mark, and here comes Cryer. CeCe Cryer dishes up ahead. Victoria Harris traveling.
And just kind of didn't know what she wanted to do there. She saw Sanders on the wing open for a three, and she had a little positioning inside, and kind of her brain was telling her something that her feet didn't want to do.
KK Sanders out. Tyler Scaife back in for the Scarlet Knights. It's a 13-6 game. 8 minutes and 35 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Gustafsson flips back to Coley. Top of the key is Civilian. 10 on the shot clock. Gustafsson outside. Knocked away by Cryer. And Iowa will inbound, but will have just 4 seconds with which to work.
Yeah, I'll say this, Lou. Offensively, it's not pretty for Rutgers, but Iowa's playing Rutgers game right now. A little messy defensively, trying to find a way to get offense.
Oh, Victoria Harris blocking Gustafsson. Terrific defensive play. Here's Jazz Rollins with a spinning shot on the baseline.
A lot of control there.
Coley, no. Rebound, Cryer. Here, well, taken away by Iowa. And dribbled out of bounds by Doyle.
Yeah, now things are really getting frantic. You know, Rutgers' game, if you've tuned in, and I'm sure if you're watching now, you've been tuning in all year. Rutgers' game is a control possession and then lockdown defensively. They're doing a great job on the defensive end. Iowa's got 13 points. They average 80 on the year, and we're almost at halftime. Offensively, though, you have to just take a breath and settle down. This is not an Iowa defense that's going to get on you. They give up 70 a year.
Sanders falling down, dishes the pass to Tyler Scaife. The Scarlet Knights are within 5. It's 13-8.
Yeah, much better possession there. The penetration and the find.
Coley wide open, did not take the shot. Bounce pass back to Coley, trying to dish it inside. Ball knocked out of bounds off of Iowa. So it'll be Rutgers ball. Scarlet Knights defense outstanding. They're number 1 in the Big Ten in that category. They give up just a shade over 58 points per game.
Yeah, it's a tale of two types of styles. Iowa wants to run, Rutgers wants to slow things down. And you saw those turnovers for Rutgers. They were trying to play into Iowa's game a little bit. Let the possession, let the pace of this game come to them. They're doing a great job on this really good Iowa offense. Now you've got to settle down on this end.
Jazz Rollins with a beautiful look inside to Caitlin Jenkins.
How about the senior, Jazz Rollins, firing up the crowd.
Gorgeous pass. And Rutgers within 3. It's 13-10. Coley flips outside Mackenzie Meyer. Civilian comes over to get the pass. In the corner, Meyer for 3. Mackenzie Meyer drills a three-pointer from the corner, and the Hawkeyes back up by 6.
That was cold-blooded. You saw the screen there on the low post, and Meyer swung right into the perfect spot. 3-ball corner pocket.
Jazz Rollins pulls up for the jumper, and things heating up now. 4-point game. Iowa 16, Rutgers 12.
I had a feeling we'd see some offense before this night was over. These two teams just too talented to struggle that much on the offensive end, and you're really starting to see some of the skill on both sides come to the forefront now.
Caitlin Jenkins with a good defensive play to knock it out. Here it is.
And that's the calling card for Jenkins, those long arms denying in the paint.
Meyer gets it back, flips in the corner. Doyle launches a 3, and it's off the mark, and then underneath, getting the rebound, putting up a tough shot was Amanda Ollinger. Here comes Rutgers. Tyler Scaife pulls up, flips outside to Rollins, and Jazz pulls it back outside.
Yeah, smart decision there. He didn't quite have the numbers, and settle down, run your offense.
Sanders, left wing, dribbles in on the baseline. Draws 2 defenders. Carey launches a 3 off the back rim, and a long rebound comes out to Ollinger. 5.5 remaining in the first half. Doyle, bounce pass inside, and the ball knocked out of bounds. Again, Rutgers collapsing defensively.
You might not believe this, but Rutgers, percentage-wise, shooting better than Iowa is right now. So you've done the work to get back in this game. Now keep grinding defensively.
Gustafson inside, got position. Back up to a 6-point Iowa lead, 18-12. Sanders on the left wing, bounce pass, goes to Jenkins. Sanders, bounce pass to Scaife. Good ball movement here by Rutgers, but good defense by Iowa. Scaife gets it back and scores. Tyler Scaife. And a big collision at midcourt, and that's going to be a foul on Iowa.
The heads-up play by Stacia Carey on that outlet. We'll show it to you when we come back, but Rutgers defensively and now heating up, scoring the ball.
Timeout on the floor. 4:59 remaining, second quarter. Iowa leading by 4 on BTN+. Well, Rutgers defense the story here in the second quarter. And they set up this play as well. Watch this collision.
Yeah, Stacia Carey, you could see on the outlet there, she got positioning. And that was Amanda Ollinger who kind of collided, and Carey gets up unscathed, and Rutgers gets another possession. And really, it's been a defensive-minded game for Rutgers. They're winning or staying in this game right now because of their defense.
Rutgers down by 4, turnaround jumper short by Rollins, and Iowa picks it off. Hawkeyes bring it across. 4 minutes, 40 seconds remaining, second quarter. Gustafson hands it off. Mackenzie Meyer trying to go up against 2 defenders, and Carey blocks it out of bounds. Stacia Carey, outstanding season defensively for the Scarlet Knights. Her and Victoria Harris leading the team in blocks, along with Caitlin Jenkins. Way up top is Kathleen Doyle. Now she drives to the hoop, and once again, Carey denies her. Tyler Scaife stops, pops, and hits.
That's the defense leading to offense. Carey the block, and then Scaife the bucket.
2-point game, 18-16, and the Hawkeyes throw it away. Tried to go backdoor, but Rutgers defense confusing Iowa on that play.
Yeah, it's been defense for Rutgers. It's their calling card. And if they're going to make noise in the tournament, that's what's going to take them there.
Rutgers trying to make it 2 wins in a row. They beat Wisconsin in their last game 63-50. They trailed by 11 points in that game as well, and they were down early here. Here comes Carey and tosses it off of Gustafson, but Stacia stepping on the baseline. Iowa gets it back.
It was a good idea. I didn't quite see if she did get it off the Iowa player before she stepped out, but again, putting herself kind of in a no-win situation there on the baseline. She's not a ball handler, and Rutgers turns it over.
Coley turnaround jumper, no. Rebound knocked around underneath. Last touched by the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, Rutgers gets a bit of a break there. Coley, who's usually a pretty decent shooter from that range, she's been off tonight. Just 1 of 5 from the field.
Here is KK Sanders. Angles to the right. Rutgers a chance to tie the game or take the lead with a 3. And Tyler Scaife thought about it momentarily. Goes inside to carry. Instead with a reverse and lays it in on the baseline.
Much better decision. Tyler Scaife is a great three-point shooter. Don't want to take that away from her, but she saw an opening inside. Much higher percentage shot in the paint.
We're tied at 18. Rutgers has come all the way back. Hawkeyes pass it around the perimeter. Gustafson way up top. Inside, and a foul underneath called on Rutgers as Chase Coley got position, and the foul will be on Stacia Carey.
Yeah, it's a good foul. You could see Stacia a little out of position there, and Coley probably scores if she gets around that block attempt, and I think Stacia kind of surrendered the foul just to prevent the easy 2, make Coley earn it at the line.
First team foul of Scarlet Knights here in the second quarter, and Coley misses the free throw. Chase Coley, 6'3" senior out of Minneapolis, averaging 8.8 points per game, almost 6 rebounds per contest as well, and hits 1 of 2 to put Iowa back on top by 1. Hawkeyes lead at 19-18.
Well, you might not believe this. Those are the first free throw attempts of this game. We're almost at halftime.
Driving in, Tyler Scaife gives Rutgers the lead. Scarlet Knights on top for the first time tonight, 20-19.
Yeah, how about that? Easy bucket in the middle, and all of a sudden, Rutgers can smell it.
Meyer, top of the key. Being played by Jenkins, flips it in the corner to Doyle. Gustafson hands it off. Inside 10 now on the shot clock. You're down to 5 on the shot clock. Outside, 3 on the clock. Doyle takes a 3, doesn't go. Rebound pulled down by Jenkins. Here comes Rutgers on the run. KK Sanders dribbles through 2 defenders. Stops, pops off the back rim, no. Rebound, Victoria Harris draws the foul.
Wow. Hustle, grit, determination. That's what this Rutgers team has done, erasing the early lead, and now they've got all the momentum.
Second team foul on Iowa. And Victoria Harris will go to the line. Free throw, good. Harris has done a good job on the boards this year. 5 rebounds per game, had 11 rebounds in the loss to Ohio State.
It just took a quarter for this Rutgers team to wake up. They only scored 4 in the first quarter, and really doing a great job outscoring Iowa 17-6 here in the second with a free throw here pending, and a completely different team we've seen here in the second quarter, Lou.
And her second free throw, no good, but the rebound, Jenkins puts it in. Crashing the offensive boards, and Caitlin Jenkins gives Rutgers a 4-point lead.
That's just hustle, that's want, that's determination.
Minute 40 remaining, almost thrown away. Coley flips in the corner. Civilian gets it back, puts the brakes on. Back outside, Doyle. Rutgers defense denying Iowa here. 2 seconds. 1 shot clock violation.
Wow. And you can just feel the emotion on that Rutgers bench right now. This is the most fired up I've seen, not only the crowd, but the sideline, the coaches, the trainers, the players who don't play. They're all buying in right now, and it's creating a lot of havoc for Iowa on the offensive end. It doesn't help that Iowa's trying to score on that half of the court where Rutgers bench is, but this is another level of defense right now. Intensity for the Scarlet Knights.
Here's CeCe Cryer, dribbles in, takes it in, can't score. She had a lane, but couldn't finish. Less than a minute remaining in the first half. Alexis Civilian looking for movement. Goes to Coley Doyle in the corner, dribbles in against two defenders, off the glass, can't score. Rebound pulled down there by Carly Mons, and
shot clock doesn't reset.
yeah, it didn't hit the rim. 5 on the shot clock, knocked away by Rutgers. Terrific defense again. Cryer up ahead, and that was last touched by Rutgers.
Tough break there.
Good hustle by Iowa to get back there. That was Mackenzie Meyer who disrupted the play. So the Hawkeyes will have the basketball. Just about a 2-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
And this game has really turned on its head. A completely different feel. Rutgers really fed off their emotion defensively, and it created some opportunities on the offensive end.
Civilian almost had her pocket picked and does get it picked. Here's Cryer to Green, lays it in. It's a 6-point Rutgers lead. Fans are on their feet here at the rack.
I don't know if we got a timeout or a foul. Yeah, they're going to call the foul there. That's almost a gift to this Iowa team to just give themselves a breath, because Rutgers, you could just feel them feeding off the emotion and almost like a snowball effect. Iowa just continuing to melt.
Cryer knocks it out. 8.9 seconds remaining.
What an end to this first half for Rutgers.
Rutgers scored 4 points in the first quarter. They have scored 21 here in the second. And that's another foul running into Takia Mack. Was Mackenzie Meyer.
Still not in the bonus. I mean, you know, we mentioned only 6 free throws in the entire first half. Not a lot of fouls called in this game. Actually, that it does put them in the bonus. So that, or not? No, confusion here. Iowa thought they were in the bonus.
6.9. That's only the
yeah,
third team foul rather on Rutgers.
They were lining up like free throws for a second there.
Here's Doyle. Another Rutgers foul. That crowd's booing, but
still not in the bonus.
That's the 4th team foul. Now the next one would enable Iowa to shoot. And the ball comes in with 3 seconds. And Iowa takes a desperation shot. They actually had a little more time, but they took the shot. And Rutgers, with a big second quarter, Stacia Carey with a beautiful play. And watch the Rutgers bench erupt. Tyler Scaife leading the charge on the bench.
Yeah, you just feel the emotion in this building tonight. You can sense that this is a game that could put Rutgers in the NCAA tournament.
Rutgers trying to win their 20th of the season. Right now they have a 6-point lead as they head to the locker room. Our score at halftime: Rutgers 25, Iowa 19. Second half upcoming on BTN Plus. Welcome back to the Rutgers Athletic Center. Lou Brogno along with Jared Smith, our BTN Plus team. Glad you could join us for the final regular season home game for the Scarlet Knights. An exciting second quarter. Rutgers leading 25-19 here at the half.
Yeah, you just see Tyler Scaife able to do what she does in the middle, grabbing loose balls, spinning, scoring, and for Scaife, leading all scorers with 10 points for Rutgers. It's been a low-scoring game, Lou, but this is really the type of style that Rutgers wants to play. You see the intensity on Tyler's face. A lot of that intensity comes from the defensive end. We didn't show a lot of defensive highlights in that melt, but I promise you, Rutgers, if they are going to win this game, it's not going to be because they score at will. It's because they're able to stop Iowa from doing what they do best, which is fill it up.
Rutgers shooting 46% in that first half. Remember, they shot 22% in the first quarter and really picked it up in the second quarter, going 10 of 17. Meanwhile, Iowa shot just 18% in the second quarter and finished the first half shooting at 32%. Rebounds just about even. Gustafson, 8 points, 5 rebounds to lead the Hawkeyes. Tyler Scaife, 10 points and 2 rebounds to lead the Scarlet Knights. Turnovers a key. Rutgers defense outstanding, forcing 13 Iowa turnovers in that first half. And another key factor was Rutgers' bench play. They got 8 points off the bench. And the Scarlet Knights, who scored only 4 points in the first quarter, Well, they have a 6-point lead as we begin the third.
Yeah, and I think Coach Stringer knows, she's 20 minutes away from really locking down an NCAA tournament bid. If you do what you do in the first half and then you're able to finish it and get an emphatic win over a team that has an RPI and a resume like Iowa, and you get that 20th win, this is going to be a very interesting half of basketball at Rutgers. If they can get over the hump, they really set themselves up to be in a good spot come March.
Scarlet Knights looking for their 20th victory. Coach Stringer has had 34 20-win seasons. And Rutgers defense starts the second half as they finish the first. Oh, what a pass by KK Sanders. Tyler Scaife unable to connect. Sanders went behind the back. Here is Gia Green, takes the baseline and scores.
Yeah, and what a great possession there. Of course, you had the miss on the underneath, but you get the second chance on the offensive rebound, the hustle, and then Gia Green with the quick first step.
RU lead is now 8, its largest of the game. That's a kickball, and the Hawkeyes will toss it in. They'll have 17 on the shot clock. Of course, Rutgers started the season 16-2. Then they lost 7 of their last 10, but they've gone 2-2 in their last 4. So they're trying to get back to their winning ways. Iowa cuts the deficit to 6, 27-21.
Yeah, that was just Gustafson spinning and twirling in the paint with the left hand. So soft touch there in the middle.
Tyler Scaife launches a 3 off the back rim, doesn't go. And Gustafson pulls down the rebound. Iowa trying to settle down offensively. The Hawkeyes average almost 80 points per game, as we mentioned earlier. And a block by Victoria Harris underneath. Here comes Gia Green running the break for the Scarlet Knights. And pulls it back outside. Sanders outside to Scaife. Top of the key carry.
Smart there from Gia Green. Notice didn't have numbers. Pull it up, run your offense, get a good shot.
10 on the shot clock. Scaife trying to dribble in now. Pulls up for the short jumper, doesn't go. And knocked out by Iowa. Rutgers will get it back and a fresh 30.
Stasia Carey doing work, and you've already seen Carey and Victoria Harris really create some havoc there in the middle. And almost any shot for Rutgers now isn't a bad shot as long as you've got some form of a presence inside. They've done a great job getting offensive rebounds in this game.
And Rutgers scores again. Gia Green puts it in. Rutgers up by 9, 30-21. Scarlet Knights' largest lead of the game. 2 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. A reach-in foul underneath called on the Scarlet Knights.
And Gia Green, you get the layup, and that kind of propels your offense a little bit. You see it go in, and then you knock down the 3, and then there's more good defense underneath for Rutgers. And again, like I said earlier, if Rutgers is going to win this game, it's going to be on the defensive end.
Victoria Harris, her second personal foul. Ball knocked around. Harris gets the rebound and flips it over to Sanders. Up ahead, Tyler Scaife. Crossover dribble outside to Sanders. Almost lost the handle and does. Here's Doyle, takes it across the midcourt line. Doyle pulling up, flips it in the corner. Wide open Meyer for 3. Off the rim, though. And the rebound to Green. And Rutgers running as well. Sanders on the right wing. Gia Green thought about that 3 and pulls it back out. Green backs it out. In the corner, Tyler Scaife. 5 on the shot clock. Scaife stops, pops, and hits.
Big time bucket there. The senior, her last home game, knows the shot clock's winding down. Finds the bottom.
Tyler Scaife started the evening 58 points behind Cappy Pondexter for second on the all-time Rutgers list. Gustafson puts it up and in. And the foul.
How did she get that to go? Almost an impossible angle, but that just shows the skill there of the junior from Wisconsin. She'll get a chance for a three-point play.
Megan Gustafson, 29 double-doubles this year.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Last year against Rutgers in 2 games, she had 44 points combined.
She's averaging a double-double, so it's almost a surprise when she doesn't get one.
She's on the Naismith Award watch list. Misses the free throw, though. Stacia Carey trying to save it, and does in the corner.
Gotta get it across.
Yeah, does get it across. Here's Cryer. Puts it up. Tough shot. Can't score. And Gustafsson gets the rebound. Rutgers reaching in.
And you're seeing a little aggression there. I mean, Rutgers needs to know time and score. Second half, up 9. Not a bad look there, but I think you could have waited another 10 or 15 seconds and gotten a better look. And CC Cryer just a little out of control.
Rutgers up by 9. 6.5 remaining in the third. And the Hawkeyes turned it over as Civilian couldn't handle that pass. You talk about Rutgers' defense here tonight, Jared. What an outstanding job. They've held Iowa to 23 points.
Yeah, incredible. 15 turnovers.
Iowa 3 times this year scored over 100 points, 6 times over 90 points. They put up 103 against Ohio State. So it just shows you how tough this Rutgers D is.
And a couple factors could be there. You know, you're on the road, late season game. Maybe the legs aren't quite as strong.
Look at Caitlin Jenkins fight for that rebound. And knocked out by Iowa.
I think that's a big part of it, too. I think Rutgers has won the intangible battle tonight, the hustle battle, and that can have an impact on the scoreboard. You're not getting as many second chances. Rutgers is controlling all those loose balls. You're not giving up second chances on the offensive glass. All of those things add up, and what it adds up to is a really low scoring output for the Hawkeyes right now midway through the third.
Gia Green between the circles, flips to Scaife. Cryer outside, back to Scaife. Gia Green open for 3 off the back rim. Rebound, Caitlin Jenkins. Back to Green, another 3. That's in and out. Rebound, Jenkins puts it in.
She just said she'll do it herself after getting 2 offensive rebounds.
Doyle. And the rebound, Gustafsson can't connect. Here comes Rutgers on the run. Green picks it up, gives to Scaife, puts it up, and draws the foul.
And that's aggressive, but that's the right time to be aggressive for Rutgers. You could tell Iowa on their heels a little bit, especially on the defensive end during that fast break. Tyler Scaife, crossover, gets to the hole, gets fouled.
Tyler Scaife to the line, one of the top free throw shooters in the Big Ten, 83% on the year.
If Iowa doesn't find some offense soon, this one's going to get away from them, because Rutgers really starting to get into a rhythm on the defensive end. And when they do that, they're really tough to get open looks against.
Tyler with 13 points now, coming off the 25-point performance against Wisconsin. And the second on the way, in and out, rebound. Jenkins trying to save it, but stepped on the baseline.
Every missed shot that Rutgers has taken tonight, or every shot that they've missed, there's a player within earshot of that loose ball. And it just shows you how much they want this game, how much they need this game. And they've really shown the effort tonight.
12-point Rutgers lead. Inside, high off the glass, Chase Coley. And a foul on the Scarlet Knights underneath.
And Iowa's best offense tonight has been when they've established the post early. Coley, Gustafsson, someone in the paint, getting a touch, maneuvering, navigating where the open spaces are. And when Coley's had that opportunity, she's gotten to the rack and she's gotten fouled, but she just hasn't quite been able to find the bottom of the bucket.
And her first free throw goes in and out. Substitutions for the Scarlet Knights. Jazz Rollins in, KK Sanders, CC Cryer.
I'm looking at this box score for Iowa, Lou, and it's double digits for Gustafsson, which we've seen all year, but no one else has more than 3 points. Gustafsson's going to get hers, but it's the rest of the team, kind of like Rutgers struggles sometimes when Tyler Scaife doesn't score a lot of points. They just don't have that secondary or third option, and it's really showing.
Stacia Carey comes out. Victoria Harris back in for the Scarlet Knights. Here's Sanders. It's an 11-point Rutgers lead, 35-24. 5 minutes remaining in the third. Green to Rollins. Inside Harris. Got position and draws the foul. Well, Rutgers going inside with Gustafsson out on the bench. And they got inside to Victoria Harris. And she'll shoot free throws when we come back. A timeout on the floor. 4:55 remaining third quarter. Scarlet Knights lead by 11. They're up 35-24.
And this is about as good as it gets for Rutgers. Is suffocating defensive effort tonight. And you throw in a couple of made baskets by some of their role players, and Tyler Scaife doing what she does best. And this is a tall hill for Iowa to climb, considering how good Rutgers is and how sound they are defensively.
Doyle puts the brakes on. Gets it back outside. Now to Mackenzie Meyer. Meyer, top of the key. Over to Olinger. Bounce pass inside Doyle. And is hammered in the paint. And that's the 15th foul on the Scarlet Knights here in the third quarter. So they're over the limit, and the Hawkeyes will shoot.
And that's a way for Iowa to get back in the game. You know, they haven't shot it well from the outside. They haven't taken a lot of shots from the outside, but again, it's just finding openings, finding creases, and Rutgers has just been so sound, and especially in the middle. This is really one of the first opportunities we've seen at the free throw line for Iowa tonight. They've only shot 5 free throws, and a very uncharacteristic game for the Hawkeyes tonight.
Kathleen Doyle at the line, hits the first. Doyle averaging over 11 points per game. Tyler Scaife back into the lineup for the Scarlet Knights, replaces Jazz Rollins. And Doyle a chance to draw the Hawkeyes to within 11 and can't connect. Rebound saved by Jenkins, and then Tyler Scaife has it knocked away from her. Iowa will have possession. Crowd doesn't like that call. They thought Scaife was fouled.
Yeah, I just saw the replay. I mean, that's kind of she didn't really have possession, so they both were kind of going for it.
Yeah, 50-50 ball there.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you called it Rutgers' way there on the out of bounds, I don't think Iowa would have complained that much. Kind of a little bit of a break for the Hawkeyes, but not an outlandish call there.
Jump shot in the corner, Chase Coley. And she draws Iowa to within 10, 37-27. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left in the third. CeCe Cryer way up top. Gives to Green. Carry. Inside. Scaife open. Short jumper good.
Yeah, if you give her 100 of those, she'll knock down at least 90 of them. I mean, that's a layup for her from 8 feet, right in the paint, wide open.
One of the best pure shooters in the nation, no question. 39-27, and the ball spins off the rim, but another foul on the Scarlet Knights. And again, they are over the limit, so Iowa will shoot.
We're starting to see that strategy. Get in the paint. Iowa early on, they felt like they had a mismatch, some advantages down low. They felt they were maybe a little more skilled, a little quicker with their post players. And we've seen some success down there. That's really the only way for Iowa to get back into this game, considering how poorly they're shooting it from the floor.
Chase Coley hits the first. She'll get another.
Key moment here. 10-point game if she makes this free throw. 10-point game, 3:50 left in the third. You know, Rutgers feels like they're up a lot more than just 10. They've really dominated this game. You don't want to give Iowa that glimmer of hope and leave that door open for a fourth quarter run.
Caitlin Jenkins trying to drive to the hoop, can't score. Gustafson there defensively for Iowa. 10-point lead for the Scarlet Knights. Hawkeyes with possession. 3:25 left in the third. Coley flips in the corner, comes back outside. Up top is Doyle. Inside 10 now on the shot clock. Down to 5. Doyle flips it outside. Meyer, a long three is good. Mackenzie Meyer drills the three from downtown. And Iowa pulls to within 7.
She had great rotation on that, set her feet. You saw the flick of the wrist, knocks it down.
39-32. Inside 3 minutes, and Caitlin Jenkins knocked to the floor. So the foul on Iowa.
You can just kind of feel the uneasiness over the last couple minutes. Rutgers just dominated the entire second quarter and the early stages of that third, but taking their foot off the gas a little bit here, and the Hawkeyes are certainly within shouting distance as we tick down to the fourth.
Rollins, KK Sanders, back outside Jenkins. Rollins takes the jumper, doesn't go. And the rebound pulled down by Coley. So Iowa trying to put together a run here as they've whittled it to 7, a chance to pull to within 5. Here's Coley from the foul line. Gustafson gets hammered from behind.
2 more free throws for a very good free throw shooter, and you're starting to see the effort kind of swing a little bit. Iowa, I felt like they were getting out hustled for the greater part of this game. Now the Hawkeyes are kind of sensing that urgency a little bit, and you can see it kind of even out a little bit. The loose balls are kind of going both ways, and the Hawkeyes are grinding their way back into this game, mostly at the free throw line.
Megan Gustafson at the line, 82% free throw shooter. And she misses the first. It goes in and out. Megan Gustafson has broken the single season point record for Iowa tonight. She came in with 672 points on the year. So she's got the all-time single season point total for the Hawkeyes. She hits 1 of 2. And the Hawkeyes are within 6. It's 39-33. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third. Harris flips outside to Rollins. 10 seconds on the shot clock now as Scaife backs out. Here's Rollins, pulls up for the jumper, and that's tipped by Iowa. It should be Rutgers' ball. It is. But the Scarlet Knights have just 4 seconds on the shot clock.
Tough task here. You got to get organized. Maybe a timeout or not.
Into Harris, takes the jumper and banks it in off the glass.
Extended hours on the bank tonight here in Piscataway, Lou.
8-point Rutgers lead, 41-33. Coley answers.
And that's her game. We saw her take a lot of those shots in the first half. She wasn't making them. She hit one from the baseline a couple minutes ago. Now she gets one from the corner, kind of going around the world there as Iowa really grinding themselves back into this game. Just a 2-possession game.
Sanders angles right side. And that's an offensive foul on the Scarlet Knights. They'll call it on carry.
Yeah, that's a nifty play. Let's take another look. There's Doyle. Couldn't get a good look at it there, but I don't know. It kind of looked like Doyle was in motion. Maybe they called an illegal screen. And that's a nifty play there from Kathleen Doyle, the sophomore. Experienced play there. And now she's directing traffic. And then Coley gets involved.
Chase.
When the players get involved themselves on it. Here, I see the sweat. I'm going to get it myself.
Chase Coley grabs the mop and cleans up the court. Meanwhile, her team is down by 6, 41-35, a minute 20. And driving in, Mackenzie Meyer, a little out of control in the baseline, but then Fitzpatrick telegraphed that pass, intercepted by the Hawkeyes. 1:05 left in the third. Bounce pass inside, Coley. Tries to go to Gustafson, and a reach-in foul on Rutgers, and again, in the bonus, Iowa will shoot.
And Iowa does this better than any other team I've seen. Big to big passing. Coley to Gustafson, who gets herself back to the free throw line where she seems to have lived in this quarter. And it really is remarkable how a team like Iowa can just go the entire game and be ice cold from the field. And then all of a sudden they run a few sets, they get some space in the paint, they make some free throws, and it's a 4-point, 5-point game after that miss.
Second free throw doesn't go and knocked out by Iowa. So Rutgers will have the basketball with 1:04 left in the third quarter. Scarlet Knights with the lead, 41-36, trying to win their 20th game of the season and trying to go 14-2 this year at the rack. Here is Scaife. Tyler Scaife with another beautiful shot.
Oh, that crossover was wicked. And then she knocks down the jumper. Stone cold assassin Tyler Scaife.
43-36. Doyle dribbles in. Look away pass goes off of Gustafsson. Not sure if Megan Gustafsson was expecting that pass.
I want to get another look at that crossover.
Rutgers up by 7, 43-36. About a 6-second differential between game and shot, but it doesn't matter as KK Sanders is wide open from the foul line.
Yeah, big shot there. All of a sudden, back to a 9-point game. Rutgers, the crowd, energized.
Rutgers up by 9, stolen by Fitzpatrick. Tyler Scaife with 3 seconds. 2, 1 at the buzzer, and that'll do it. Third quarter comes to an end. We played 3 at the rack. Scarlet Knights by 9, Rutgers 45, Iowa 36 on BTN Plus. We go to the fourth quarter. Rutgers in a big one tonight here against Iowa on their home floor. Scarlet Knights lead at 45-36, looking for their 20th win of the season, but a lot of basketball yet to be played.
Yeah, big 10 minutes here. The biggest of the season for Rutgers.
Stacia Carey outside, bounce pass inside. Victoria Harris with a little baby hook shot. Doesn't go. Carey pulls down that rebound. Tyler Scaife puts it up off the rim. Ball knocked around, and let's see.
Looks like stay here.
Yeah, foul on Iowa. That'll be the first on the Hawkeyes here in the fourth quarter.
There's the hustle for Rutgers. Stacia Carey establishing the paint, getting another possession.
Rutgers shooting 46% for the game. Iowa 35%. 17 turnovers for the Hawkeyes as well. Rutgers out rebounding the Hawkeyes 29-25. Gustafsson leading the way with 14 for Iowa, and Tyler Scaife now with 19 for the Scarlet Knights.
Again, that's what Tyler does. Finds that space, elevates, and scores.
Rutgers by 11. Doyle puts it up off the rim. No. Rebound Gustafsson. Offensive rebound and basket. 9-point game, 47-38.
Iowa's got 38 points tonight. Gustafsson, 16 of them. I mean, she has been everywhere, especially on the glass and in the paint. 16 and 10.
Stacia Carey for 3. That's off the mark. Rebound Sanders. Bounce pass. Harris puts it in. KK Sanders with a terrific bounce pass in the lane.
Sometimes those long rebounds create a lot of confusion. Iowa's defense got a little thin.
Coley with a terrific move to the hoop. And it's a 9-point Rutgers lead, 49-40, with 8 minutes and 25 seconds remaining here in the fourth.
Iowa's a good disciplined team. They're not going anywhere. They have scores, and Coley's really lifted the Hawkeyes in this second half.
Carey launches a 3 off the rim. Stacia Carey, pretty good three-point shooter.
0 for 3 tonight.
32% on the year, so it's not uncommon for her to take those three-point shots. Ball knocked out of bounds.
It's going to be a foul against Carey.
Yeah, foul on Rutgers. That'll be their first here in the fourth.
And that's Carey's fourth. Harris has 3. Cryer has 3. So Rutgers has a deep bench, so not an issue at this stage. But the bigs for Rutgers, especially Harris, she's going to have to take a seat now and keep an eye on the foul trouble in the late fourth quarter here.
Harris and Fitzpatrick come out, and into the game for the Scarlet Knights is Jazz Rollins.
One more push for Rutgers if they can find a way to control the next 3 to 5 minutes.
Stacia Carey still out there for the Scarlet Knights
4
with
fouls.
4 personal fouls.
Showing a level of trust. Got to be careful here.
And underneath is Gustafsson, and as you saw, Stacia Carey unable really to challenge Gustafsson there. It's a 7-point game, 49-42, 7:25 left in the fourth.
And Harris just has 3, and she came out on that last possession. So, I mean, I know there's a method to Coach Stringer's madness with the substitutions, but you got to be strong defensively right now.
Rollins into Jenkins, puts it on the floor, dribbles in against two defenders, can't score. Here come the Hawkeyes. 7 minutes left in the fourth. Doyle, wide open from the foul line, unable to hit Hannah Stewart. Ball knocked out by the Hawkeyes. It'll be Rutgers basketball.
And Rutgers kind of pulling off the gas pedal a little bit here. You know, they haven't been as strong, rebounding over the last couple minutes, and just a 7-point game. Iowa's too good offensively to hesitate here. We got to finish.
Timeout.
Good timeout.
As KK Sanders takes it across the midcourt line, and a quick timeout called by the Scarlet Knights. So timeout on the floor. 6 minutes, 50 seconds left in the fourth. Rutgers up by 7, 49-42, Scarlet Knights. Back at the rack, big game tonight. Rutgers leading Iowa 49-42. You know it's a big game when the governor shows up. Governor Phil Murphy,
newly elected,
just walked into the rack.
Kind of turned some
heads. Well, we don't know if he actually just walked in. He might have been here, but it's the first time we've seen him here in this fourth quarter. Ball knocked away and a foul called on the Hawkeyes underneath.
Makes sense. State University, state governor. I'm sure this isn't going to be his last Rutgers basketball game of his tenure, especially if both programs continue to have success like they have this year.
KK Sanders triggers in. Here's Carey, who flips it back to Sanders. Rutgers up 49-42. Sanders trying to penetrate, but good defense by the Hawkeyes. Inside Jenkins, lost it, but knocked out by Iowa. It'll be Rutgers basketball with 14 on the shot clock. Rutgers last year, you might remember, 6-24. Very un-Rutgers-like under Coach Stringer. This year, they're 19-9, a plus 13 in the win column. That's the best turnaround in the nation. And Scarlet Knights throw it away. Well, yeah, they did throw it away. It'll be Iowa basketball.
If you do remember last year, you want to forget. And this season has helped with that process very swiftly, almost more swiftly than you can imagine, even for a program like Rutgers to have a turnaround like that and to all but lock themselves into an NCAA tournament bid with a week to go in the season. An incredible turnaround for this program.
6 minutes, 10 seconds left, fourth quarter. But Iowa still very much in this game. They're down by 7, 49-42. There's Coley. She's been a spark tonight for the Hawkeyes. 5 on the shot clock. Doyle up top, down to 3. Doyle dribbles in, lost it, and it's taken away by Sanders. KK Sanders leading the break. Bounce pass, Scaife. Oh, what a block by Ollinger underneath.
That was textbook. Ollinger, both hands up. Tyler Scaife ran into a brick wall.
Kathleen Doyle angles, gives to Gustafson. 5.5 left. Coley trying to back in. Coley gets it back. Coley takes it to the hoop, going up against Caitlin Jenkins, knocked out by Rutgers, and Iowa will have possession and a fresh 30.
I have a feeling this game's going to end very similar to how it started, with both teams kind of struggling to find offense, and whoever grinds out the better defensive possessions is going to be the winner.
Ollinger inside, good look by Gustafson, and Caitlin Jenkins called for the foul as Chase Coley took it to the hoop.
Crowd doesn't like it, but I think it was the right call. I think Jenkins was out of position there, coming on the weak side. But more importantly, that's her fourth. And now Carey and Jenkins, the two most effective bigs in this game for Rutgers, both have 4 fouls.
Second team foul on the Scarlet Knights, and Chase Coley at the line hits the first. CeCe Cryer back into the lineup for RU. And Victoria Harris checks back into the game for the Scarlet Knights. Caitlin Jenkins comes out.
And this is going to be a very interesting two-step that Coach Stringer has to kind of maneuver her way around. She's got 3 bigs, but 2 of them have 4 fouls. Right now you've got Harris on the floor with 3, Carey with 4 as Jenkins just took a seat. So we'll see how Coach Stringer kind of pushes the buttons over these last 5 minutes.
5-point game, 49-44. Cryer puts the brakes on, flips it outside. Cryer long 3, yes, CC Cryer drills a big 3.
Her first field goal of the night, biggest field goal of the night for Rutgers, CC Cryer, a triple.
8-point game, and answering is Mackenzie Meyer, and draws the Hawkeyes back to within 5, 52-47.
You're watching good Big Ten basketball here. Both these teams know how important this game is.
Oh, Tyler Scaife moving well without the ball, and a good look by Cryer. Lead is back up to 7 for the Scarlet Knights, 54-47. 4:20 remaining. Meyer beyond the arc. Cryer jumps out on her defensively. Gustafson hands it off. Doyle underneath, can't connect. Here comes Rutgers with a 3-on-1. Scaife gets it back and floats it up and in.
That's not how you draw it up. A little tic-tac-toe there for the Scarlet Knights, but they can feel it, and it's all come from the defensive end. Turnovers, fast breaks, buckets for Rutgers.
And Carey with a big defensive play knocks it away. Here comes Jazz Rollins, flips outside to Cryer, and Rutgers slows it down. You fans like what they say, 56-47. Rollins for 3 off the rim.
Well, that would have brought the house down, the senior on senior night. Just couldn't quite find the range, but a good look.
Timeout. Hawkeyes, Lisa Bluter wants to talk it over. With 3 minutes and 28 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Rutgers up 56-47 on BTN Plus. RU up by 9, 56-47. Scarlet Knights trying to go to 20-9 on the year. And if you take a look the rest of the way, only one more regular season game left. That's on the road at Northwestern on Sunday afternoon. Iowa's got one at home against Indiana. But the Scarlet Knights, if they can win here tonight, that would give them 20 wins. And then you figure whatever they do at Northwestern would be a bonus, and maybe even one more victory at least in the Big Ten tournament. And I think Rutgers would be in pretty good shape for an NCAA tournament bid. But a long way to go here. This one not nearly over, as Iowa has possession and the foul on Rutgers underneath.
Yeah, to go back to your original point, I think 20 wins, we talked about it in the opening of the broadcast. It's that psychological barrier in this league. If you're a 500 team in the Big Ten and you win 20 games in the regular season, you're an NCAA tournament team. I don't think there's any way you can keep them out.
Good defense once again by Rutgers. 3-on-1, and 2 Rutgers players collide. Rollins and Scaife.
Do not see that every day. Hopefully they're all right.
They're both okay. They both get up with a little bit of a smile.
At least they have a sense of humor about it. But
they're smiling, but Coach Stringer not so much.
No, especially at this stage of the game, up 9, 3 minutes to go. But, Northwestern struggled this year, 3-11 in the league. They're losing tonight against Ohio State, so they'll fall to 3-12. So that's a winnable game on the road. I know it's on the road, but it's still a winnable game. Again, though, I think tonight is the ticket puncher for Rutgers tonight.
Nice pass inside to Gustafson. She was held from behind. And a foul called on the Scarlet Knights. That'll be their 4th team foul. And that's significant because the next foul is going to send Iowa to the line to shoot free throws. They'll be in the bonus, and there's a lot of time left. 3 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Coley hands it off to Doyle. Coley, bounce pass, Gustafson, double team, Doyle for 3, got it.
Just like that. We've seen a couple of 3-pointers go down for Iowa, in the blink of an eye. The two players run into each other, and then a three, and it's a two-possession game. Lots of time left, and you're right back into your grind mode.
56-50, 2.5 left here in the fourth. Cryer dribbles in, flips outside. Tyler Scaife pulls up. Now short jumper offline and knocked out by Rutgers. Caitlin Jenkins checks in. Victoria Harris comes out. 2 minutes and 17 seconds remaining. It's only a two-possession game. 56-50.
Tighten the screws a little bit here in Piscataway. Crowd will help. Defense will help even more if you're a Rutgers fan.
Hollinger outside Meyer. Tyler Scaife jumps out on her defensively. Doyle double teamed in the corner. Coley, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Rutgers turns up the defense a notch. Bounce pass back to Coley, puts it up, can't score, and Jenkins pulls down the rebound. Iowa gets it back. Go backdoor underneath and laid in by Doyle. It's a 4-point game. 56-52.
Find the handle there. They had possession. Jenkins had a chance to save it, and she kind of threw it into a dangerous area, and this game is as tight as it gets.
Minute 20 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Tyler Scaife backs it out. Less than 10 on the shot clock. Jazz Rollins dribbles in. Tries to toss it away. Now gets it back. Can't score. Iowa gets the rebound. 1:05 left on the clock. It's a 4-point game. Rutgers fans on their feet. Backdoor Iowa. Mackenzie Meyer makes it a 2-point game.
That was about the best backdoor cut I've seen all night from Iowa, and it resulted in an easy bucket. And a 9-point lead with 3 minutes to go is shaved to 2, and this is pressure.
So a timeout on the floor, 48.8 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Rutgers lead is just 2. Scarlet Knights up 56-54 on BTN+. Just a 30-second timeout called by the Scarlet Knights. So Rutgers up by a bucket with possession. Scarlet Knights looking to get it in, they do. Here is Cryer, hands it off to Scaife. Down to 40 seconds left. Tyler Scaife angles left. 10 on the shot clock. Scaife, top of the key, jumper, good! Oh, what a big shot by Tyler Scaife. Huge to give Rutgers a 4-point lead.
Ice cold. Tyler Scaife, the senior on senior night, coming up large.
Iowa calls a 30-second timeout. Tyler Scaife. What a money shot. Rutgers up by 4. Iowa now will have possession, 33.6 seconds remaining.
When they inbounded it, I was going to ask myself rhetorically, who they going to here? And then I thought to myself, I already know the answer. It's Tyler Scaife. And then 2 seconds later, she does that. And that's how you not only draw it up in your head, but when you're a kid in the parking lot or in recess and you're thinking to yourself, late shot clock, late fourth quarter, close game, knock down the jumper.
So Iowa will inbound. Hawkeyes down by 4, and they still have plenty of time. 33.6 seconds remaining. They get it in, and Doyle brings it across. Doyle angles, 30 seconds left. Bounce pass outside, jump shot, good! Chase Coley buries it from just inside the arc, and again makes it a 2-point game. Another timeout called, this time by Rutgers. 58-56. A full timeout. So we'll step aside. 25.4 seconds left. Well, what a game we've got going here at the rack. Rutgers up by 2. 58-56 on BTN+. So here's the scenario. 25.7 seconds remaining. Rutgers will have the basketball. with a 2-point lead. Scarlet Knights have no timeouts remaining. And Jared, during the break, you brought up an excellent point. We were talking off air. Iowa has only 2 team fouls.
Yeah, and no timeouts for Rutgers. So Iowa's going to be uber aggressive here on this inbound, and they can foul twice without Rutgers shooting free throws. And there's the first right there. But what it allows is it allows Iowa to really overcommit defensively. And if Rutgers gets into an issue with 24 seconds left, they can't stop the clock. They have to be really clean and really crisp with their sideline inbound execution plays here.
The Scarlet Knights will inbound. That's the 3rd team foul in Iowa. And that's the 4th team foul.
And so now they're in the bonus. The next foul will put them at the line. But in what you've done, Iowa, here, with only 1 second, you've recorded those 2 fouls. So regardless of what happens, Iowa will have a chance if Rutgers misses one of the 2 free throws.
Now the best free throw shooter out there for the Scarlet Knights, of course, is Tyler Scaife. And Iowa will certainly try to deny her the ball in this situation. Rutgers will want to get it to her. They do, and Tyler Scaife is fouled. So that worked out well for Rutgers. Good execution by the Scarlet Knights as they were able to get Tyler Scaife loose to get the inbounds pass. And she'll go to the line. Tyler Scaife, an 83% free throw shooter. And she will shoot 2. And her first is no good. She hits 1 of 2.
Yeah, and regardless what she does on this one, that one was so close to going in. Just couldn't quite get the shooter's roll. And even a make here, Iowa can still tie with a 3. So the door left open for the Hawkeyes.
Second, good. So it is a 3-point game, 59-56. Iowa uses one of their final 2 timeouts. It's a 30-second timeout for the Hawkeyes. 24 seconds left in the game, in the 4th quarter, we should say, in regulation. And Rutgers has a 3-point lead, 59-56.
Yeah, what a job by Tyler Scaife down the stretch. He missed that one free throw there that really could have put this game on ice, in sort of on ice, but it still hits the jumper there and makes it a 4-point game, and then comes back and makes 1 or 2 free throws. And she's just been so solid, not only today but her whole career. And all 4 seniors contributing. And this will be one heck of a way to turn out the lights in Piscataway for these 4 seniors if they can get a win here on senior night.
Hawkeyes to inbound. They do get it in. 20 seconds remaining. Here's Doyle, puts the brakes on. Tough defense by Cryer. Outside, down to 14 seconds left here. And it looks like Iowa wants to take a 3. Doyle does it, ties the game with 8.9 seconds remaining. Tyler Scaife dribbles up. Scaife in the corner, puts it up. Off the rim, no. Rebound, Jenkins puts it up, no. And we go overtime.
Wow. And you can see the emotion for Kathleen Doyle. Didn't get a great look, kind of off balance, had a hand in her face. It was a line drive shot, but it found the bottom. And that missed free throw by Tyler Scaife, that's the difference in this game for Rutgers. And now all of a sudden, new life for Iowa as we head to overtime.
Big 3-point shot by Iowa ties the game. So we'll go to overtime. Rutgers and Iowa tied at 59. We go to overtime. Rutgers in a big game for them, trying to get their 20th win of the season. But Iowa fought back in the last few moments of this game, and they have tied the game 59 apiece. Tyler Scaife leading Rutgers with 26 points. Megan Gustafson with 18 for the Hawkeyes. Iowa trying to win their 22nd of the season. It's been a terrific game here at the Rack. Glad you could join us. We've Rogno, Jared Smith, our entire BTN Plus team, and here we go, overtime, and the tip control by the Hawkeyes. Iowa a chance to regain the lead. Mackenzie Meyer goes top of the key, outside Gustafson, thought about that three. And the ball stolen by Rutgers. C.C. Cryer comes up with the turnover, gives it to Green. Gia Green dribbles in, brings it back outside to Cryer. Green launches a three, off the rim, rebound, Caitlin Jenkins finds Scaife and she puts it in. Rutgers recaptures the lead. Scarlet Knights up by a bucket, 61-59.
Yeah, fascinated to see how Rutgers comes out of that timeout. You get your heart ripped out by giving up the lead. And on the flip side, can Iowa keep that momentum?
And Coley, who's had a big game here tonight for the Hawkeyes, gets a nice turnaround right there to tie the game at 61. Stacia Carey in the corner to Cryer, gives it to Scaife. Doyle and Cryer got tangled up. 5 on the shot clock, 3-point shot, in and out. And it's knocked out by the Scarlet Knights. It'll be Iowa basketball.
It's just the kind of night it's been. Tyler Scaife in and out on that free throw, which would have been the difference. And then that in and out on the three-pointer. And some of those things start to go against you. Late game situation, the legs are heavy in overtime, and Rutgers has to find a spark here.
3:25 left in OT. Doyle for three. Nope. Here comes Gia Green. Rutgers the other way. Green on the break. Gives it to Scaife. Tyler Scaife dribbles in, stops, pops, short. Gets her own rebound and can't score. Gustafson rips down the rebound. Tied at 61. 3 minutes left in overtime.
Another backdoor.
Nicely done, but the Hawkeyes can't finish, and Rutgers the other way. KK Sanders takes it coast to coast. No basket. Offensive foul.
I'd like to get another look at that. Sanders showing you the afterburners. Here's a look, and yeah, I'd say that was a good call. Gustafson looked like she had her feet set, and that's a huge call against Rutgers.
Tyler Scaife comes out and gets a little bit of a rest here with 2:45 remaining. Tied at 61. Bounce pass inside. Gustafson got position and scores. Hawkeyes up by 2, 63-61.
That's the first lead for Iowa since the first half.
Jazz Rollins backs it back out. Victoria Harris back to Rollins. Pulls up for the jumper off the rim. Rebound Gustafson. And Tyler Scaife getting ready to come back in.
Yeah, you can't have her out long in this type of environment. Overtime, tight game, season hanging in the balance.
Bounce pass inside. Gustafson scores and the foul.
Almost impossible to guard when she gets that first step in the paint. And we saw it early on in this game. Iowa able to get positioning and find space in the middle, and now when it matters most, the best player on the Hawkeyes getting it done.
And Caitlin Jenkins fouls out of the game. That's her 5th personal foul. So Stacia Carey back in. She's got 4 fouls. And Gustafson at the line, a chance to put Iowa up by 5.
And this has been a really unfortunate overtime for Rutgers so far. They've had a few good looks, just haven't quite been able to get over the hump.
Free throw? Yeah, gets the roll. It's a 5-point Iowa lead, 66-61. And now Rutgers has some work to do. Tyler Scaife goes to Sanders, backs it out, 1:40 left. Sanders pulls up, short jumper, off the rim, no. Rebound, pulled down by Iowa.
And that was a big miss because now 90 seconds to go. Iowa will take the full 30. And if they get a bucket here, it'll be a 3-possession game with less than a minute to go. Huge defensive possession here for Rutgers.
Inside, Gustafson. And steps on the baseline, and a timeout called before she stepped out. Timeout, Iowa, with 1:13 remaining.
Great job, Bob Trammell, the lead official there. Got the call, got the timeout. And that was, again, trouble for Iowa, because if they would have waited a split second longer, it's probably a turnover. But this is really the last stand for Rutgers. 3 possessions with a minute to go. That's a tough hill to climb. You got to get a stop here and then a quick bucket, and then you're right back into it. You got to figure out a way to get a clean defensive possession. 8 on the shot clock, so a late shot clock situation. Let's see what Iowa draws up.
Scarlet Knights look like they had this one in the win column.
Yeah, they really did.
In the fourth quarter. But
up 9 with 3 minutes to go.
Iowa clawed back in, hit a huge 3. And then Gustafson taking that shot, doesn't go. Iowa gets the offensive rebound and a fresh 30 seconds with just a minute left.
And that's almost worst case scenario.
Inside, and the Hawkeyes, it's a foul on Rutgers underneath.
And Carey got held, and a good call. She was not able to get a clean release from the painted area, and I think it was Harris.
So Chase Coley on the line, and she will shoot 2. And the first is good. That makes it a 67-61 game. This is a huge free throw right here, because it could make it a 3-possession game with 58 seconds left.
Yeah, and not to say that it's over. We've seen stranger things happen, but with less than a minute to go, usually that threshold is 3 possessions, and there it is. And it's just, the percentages are just so against you to be able to possess it 3 times without giving up any points.
Tyler Scaife across the midcourt line. Flips in the corner. If you're Rutgers, you gotta think 3 here. They go inside, and Carey puts it up and in. 45 seconds left. 68-63, and Doyle's fouled.
And again, you've given yourself a chance. You got a quick bucket. You reset now, 41 seconds left, 2 free throws coming. You really, if Iowa makes their free throws, they'll win this game, but you got to find a way to maybe get a steal on an inbound or something to flip a possession and get an extra possession. Yes, it's really a tough hill to climb.
Kathleen Doyle at the line, and her free throw's good. So again, it's a 6-point Iowa lead, 69-63. You got to give Iowa a lot of credit on the road.
Yeah, they're showing how tough they are tonight.
I mean, they looked like they were going to go down to defeat here. And not that they've won it yet, but this would be a gigantic win for them.
Big miss there. And that might be the end after Rutgers unable to get the free throw, miss, rebound, and that's just tough.
So Doyle at the line again, shooting 2. Iowa up 69-63. And the second on the way, good. Makes it a 3-possession game, 70-63.
Again, if you're Rutgers, you kind of let this one slip away, but the season as a whole still stands. You go on the road, you beat Northwestern, and you probably got a decent shot to still make the tournament. You might have to win a game in the NC or in the Big Ten. But the body of work for Rutgers, regardless of this one tonight, still very positive. Unfortunately, it looks like the seniors are not going to get that win to finish their career here at home.
31 seconds remaining, and Doyle goes back to the line. It's an 8-point game, 71-63. And some of the fans now begin to head towards the exits. Disappointing finish here for the Scarlet Knights, as they're down by 9, and this would be 10 if Doyle makes it.
And on the flip side, again, Iowa, really tough. Fundamentally sound, didn't give up. There was a couple moments in this game where they could have just rolled over. Hey, we're in the tournament. You know, we're on the road. It's a tough environment. You know, things were going against them, but they hung in there, and they got a late 3 from Doyle that really put this game into overtime. And Lou, you could kind of tell the first couple minutes of OT, it almost felt like Rutgers knew that if we wanted to win this game, it was going to have to be in regulation. And once it got into overtime, it's just been all Hawkeyes.
Well, Rutgers calls a quick 30-second timeout, stops the clock with 24.5 remaining, and they're down 73-65. Well, Iowa, with the win, will go to 22-6 and 10-5 in the Big Ten Conference.
Yeah, they're squarely in the tournament. You know, they're going to be a top 20 RPI team after this win. And again, it just goes to show you just how tough the Big Ten is. I mean, there are no breaks in this conference from top to bottom. You know, you look at the standings, you've got 5 teams ranked. You've got, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would say it's an 8-bid league. You know, out of a 14-team league, to have 8 solidly in, and Rutgers maybe the 9th, you know, that's a tough league. And they go on the road and they beat Northwestern, and you would imagine the Scarlet Knights still can get in.
As we said, one more regular season game for the Scarlet Knights on the road at Northwestern on Sunday. Then the Big Ten tournament will start next week. It'll be February 28th through March 4th in Indianapolis. Iowa gets it in. Gustafson fouled. Kia Mack in there on the foul. Stops the clock with 23.1 remaining.
And at this point, it's kind of academic, but if you're Rutgers, you still execute and you build towards Northwestern. This team will hit the road to Chicago. Never an easy road trip.
Stacia Carey checks back into the game for the Scarlet Knights. Takia Mack out. 9-point game. Gustafson trying to give Iowa a 10-point lead, and does. 75-65. 23 seconds left. Gia Green across the midcourt line. Dribbles in, stops, pops, doesn't go. Rebound, Gustafson took a shot to the nose. Not intentionally, as KK Sanders was going for the ball. So the Hawkeyes begin to celebrate on their bench. This will be, as we said, a big win for them. They'll have one more game left. It will be at home against Indiana on Saturday. And first free throw good. Gustafson really took charge here, not only in the final stages of the fourth quarter, but in overtime as well. And the second, good as well. It is a 12-point Iowa lead.
And that scoreline doesn't do this game justice.
Hard to imagine,
yeah,
as Rutgers controlled most of this game. But this overtime has been completely dominated by the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, it was just a deflating three from Doyle. And again, you could just tell the remnants of that three-pointer kind of seeped into overtime. And Rutgers will go back to the drawing board.
Iowa celebrates a huge win as they come from behind to defeat the Scarlet Knights 77-67 in overtime. Hawkeyes improved to 22-6, 10-5 in the Big Ten. Rutgers drops to 19-10 and 7-8 in the conference. Heartbreaking loss for the Scarlet Knights in their regular season finale.
Yeah, and again, you know, life after death for Rutgers. There's still a lot of life left in this season. You've got a huge game coming up this weekend to finish off the regular season, and then all of a sudden you've got a win or go home scenario in the Big Ten tournament. But now the pressure is on. I do think Rutgers probably has to win their next 2 games in order to get a bid. It's easy maybe in the first round, but those Big Ten tournament games have a funny way of shaking out, so we'll see. But it's been a fun season here in Piscataway, but it looks like that'll close it out for the home schedule.
That'll do it here from the Rutgers Athletic Center. For Jared Smith and our entire BTN Plus team, I'm Lou Brogno. Thanks for joining us. Once again, your final score tonight in overtime, Iowa 77, Rutgers 67.